to Ricky. Even if I didn't have thorns, I'd still be killing him.
Ricky was so
Thorns is like Zilla and Ricky.
I could like be inside your fucking base, fighting Mucky and Q, and look back in my base, and you've destroyed like half of our base, and Ricky or Zilla's dead, and I'm just shaking my head. I figured if they at least threw the both of them at you, they'd kill you, but no.
It's kind of what it turned into, is that you could attack our base, but I'd be balls deep in a lane somewhere, and you couldn't leave me alone.
Yeah, if I didn't kill you, you'd just destroy things. So I figure, well, whatever, Ricky
you
will
couldn't
just
really kill
them,
me unless I decided not to recall for whatever reason.
I really,
so
really,
how'd you
really
like
wanted to see, but...
How'd you like the surprise towers?
I thought they were gonna hurt me, but they really didn't.
I was looking at those towers for a while, and every time I looked there was more of them, and I wasn't really sure what you were doing.
Well, the game was already over by the time the chimeras showed up, and
then I saw
Q
making chimeras, so I just gave him like another 5,000 gold.
I was gonna make chimeras or whatever the equivalent was on Horde side, but it was like, well, I mean, Mucky can drop an Infernal on them and instantly kill them. It's like my Kyrian Swarm does over half of the chimera's health, so I ended up killing all of his chimeras like instantly. I figured it'd just be a waste of time to even bother.
Something I was thinking about with Mana Shield and evasion and shit is maybe there's just some... I don't know if you can just disable evasion while you have Mana Shield up.
I didn't even have evasion. I had no evasion in that game whatsoever.
Well, it seems like your mana just is never fucking going anywhere. I don't know.
Yep. Did you look at my int? I had probably like 160 or higher int.
And you didn't have that much mana though.
Brilliance Aura. And Brilliance Aura. And 2
so I know it's like really fucking efficient at level 10. It's kind of retarded.
Yep. Yeah. I like getting feedback when they don't use Mana Shield or whatever, and just use it like
the
against
other issue is
really
that even if I went through like, you know, all of your shit, you still had like 40 something armor.
Yeah. But feedback is just not useful against Mana Shield, because if they have Mana Shield, their regen is so high that the 25 a hit just isn't enough. Like, I tried to use Mana Shield against High Zealot when he went.
If it's a regular skill.
Mana Shield just wasn't that good.
If it's a regular skill with levels and shit.
So it really turns into a headache in TGS though, is that there's no permanence to base damage unless you can blow up a lot of things.
I killed probably like 5 or 6 buildings, and Mucky would just walk and rebuild another one, and it's like, well...
Yeah, we had a pile of 6 fucking tiny barracks in our fountain like that whole game.
We had to buy one every time Wind went down, because Ricky is not very proactive. There was like one sitting there, and I was like, oh, I'll buy this and pick up that one, and that was the only time. And I was like, well, I know Mucky is not going to stand for being lazy about that, so I just kind of gave up at the end. I was like, well, there's no point even bothering.
He was pretty good about buying the tiny barracks.
I'm also
I knew that there is just no way we could actually do permanent damage, because I couldn't stop any of you from recalling, and I didn't do enough damage to actually kill you while you were recalling. You basically had to get really, really careless. I didn't have the slots for it. Like, if I got rid of engineering upgrade, I wouldn't be able to go inside of your base, because I wouldn't be able to escape you.
Get all of them.
Wait, so you had Carrion Swarm, Mana Shield, Engineering Upgrade, and...
Brilliant
what else?
And then Blink. And then eventually Avatar. Yeah, Windwalk's not good against you, because you all have Gem.
So I really don't even know if,
the first thing
like, Vengeance does anything, because...
I had Windwalk. I had 8.
All your guys do like 14 to 16 damage or some shit. All upgrading it does is make your guy have like more health and some really tiny buffs on it, and yeah, the little things don't actually get any better.
I think if I didn't have Carrion Swarm, we probably would have lost that game like 15 minutes in. And if I'd realized I could get Avatar, I probably would have won like a half hour in before it got to the stage where you had so much money you could buy like a tiny barrack. Because I was trying
I
to
think
think, I
that
was
shit
like,
was being kept on cooldown as soon as we got that far.
yeah. There was a period when I was stealing all the tombs that I was hopping with barely enough money to buy the tombs, but once I had Blink and I just went from lane to lane wiping out waves, I ended up with like 20,000-30,000 gold and just did nothing with it because there was nothing worth buying other than a God Orb, which I guess is like 4k, which, you know, that still just is like a tiny drop of a
41.50.
lot.
So
You probably
thoughts?
could have tried building the towers if you had that much money and nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but Infernals would have destroyed them really fast, as well as the invulnerable minions of Vengeance. Since those things are
Sorry, the minions
invulnerable,
really don't do much damage, and they do fucking piercing, so they do shit all to a building.
towers don't really have that much health though.